Hi, good morning, everyone. This is Bobby here, full name Thomas Bobby Phillip. Uh, just to give a quick introduction about myself, I have been running since a bit over 11 years. And the reason for me to run has been the TCS 10K. So I still remember in the year 2009, I got introduced to this event, and that's how my running journey started. Uh, so just to give you, a professional background, I work with a telecom firm called Nokia, and at a personal front, I'm married with a daughter. I, I'm sorry. At a personal front, I'm married and have a daughter with me. Uh, okay, so. Uh, uh, I have been running, as I mentioned, I have been running since over 11 years. And before that, I have never been having any sports background. So I have not been an athlete, neither in college. Probably I would be playing a bit of cricket as most of us would have done so. Otherwise, never been a serious athlete. So basically, the way I started is that my daughter had a school sports event. So I just wanted her to prepare herself for the sport. So I said that let's go out for a small run. Let's do around 100 meters, 200 meters run, so that when the actual event happens, you are prepared for the event. So that's how both of us started running. So around 10 days before her school event, we started off just besides my house. There is a small garden. So just around the garden, we started off with 200 meters. So I used to struggle even with the 200 meters. So I did 200 meters one day. The next day I could do the 200 meters twice, and the third day I could do 300 meters twice. So actually I could see the visible improvement day on day. And I still remember there was a day when I actually ran I think a kilometer continuous, which for me was seriously unbelievable. And that's how I started. So her sports, within 10 days, her sports event got over, but she stopped running, and I continued off with my running journey. So I had actually no running gear. I did not even have running shoes. So first thing was that I need to get a shoe. I went to the Nike store, and over there I was introduced to the Nike Run Club. Uh, and they gave me a briefing about where it is. So the next weekend, I went to the Nike Run Club, and that was an amazing an amazing moment. I had the coach Bidu, who was leading the club, and the members were one of the best athletes of the city. All of them, all the best athletes of the city were part of this Nike Run Club, and it was a moment really to cherish. So as part of the Nike Run Club, we were being trained on the complete package. Basically means how do you do your warm up, how do you do your run, and then post the run, a bit of stretching and strengthening. So it was a brilliant package led by Coach Bidu, and a perfect way for me to start my running journey. So within 2 months, we had that time it was called as the Sunfish 10K. So within 2 months was the Sunfish 10K, and actually I did my only objective in the 10K event was to run the complete event, and I should do my best that I don't walk or I don't walk to anywhere in the route. I was really successful. I mean, it was a great moment because you are running with thousands of runners together. So everyone is moving forward, and it was an experience that I really did not want to walk, even though my legs and calves and quads were aching. There was no way that I would walk, because everyone was running together. And I finished the 10K in around 59 minutes, which was really unbelievable for me. And that was the start of my running journey. And since then, I did a couple of 10Ks. Then I moved on to a half marathon. And then after 2 years, Procam we had the Tata Mumbai Marathon. Okay, those days it was called as SCMM, Standard Chartered Mumbai Marathon. In the year 2000, in the year 2010, I had done the half. In the year 2011, I did my first full marathon. Yeah, that's about my running journey. And then, okay, one more very important point. In the year 2012, somewhere around April, I started my transition to barefoot running. So that was again just an experiment, but the experiment phase itself, I enjoyed it so much that I completely transitioned from the year 2013. I completely transitioned to barefoot, and since then till today, I have been a barefoot runner. Okay, the next thing which I'm quite often asked is what motivated me to raise funds or raise funds for the charity or for an NGO. So basically, again, to give a background, many years back when I was in Canada once, so as I was on a weekend, as I was walking on the streets, I saw that there were a couple of people running on the streets, and I was with a colleague of mine who was taking me around the city of Ottawa. So as we were walking, there was a small running event happening. And when I inquired with my colleague what's happening, he said that this is an event to raise funds for a charity. So I mean, it did not make much sense to me because I couldn't understand when people run, how would you raise funds? But it was there on my mind that such an event was happening. So again, in the year 2012 over here, when I was registering for TCS 10K, I again heard a friend of mine, no, actually I heard it in the Procam, I saw it in the Procam site that I could raise funds for any of the NGOs. So I thought that this would be a good time for me to try it out. I have never done it before. So I've never raised funds. I did not even know what that concept meant. Yeah, I knew two of my friends who were similarly raising funds. So one was Jagdish Damania, and another was Priya. So I knew both of them were raising funds. So I just had a short discussion with them, checked out what does it actually mean and what does it mean to me? What do I need to do for me to raise funds for the NGO or for the charity? So they gave me some tips, some pointers. So I just thought that, okay, let me try it out. So there was something called I need to put in a target. How much would I raise? So I need to pledge that I would raise 10,000 or 20,000 for a particular cause. So I decided that since it's my first try, somewhere between 10,000 to 25,000, I thought I should raise. I had a reasonably good network of friends. So this would basically mean that I need to contact my friends and request them to support me in my cause. I was extremely enthusiastic about participating in the event anyhow. So TCS 10K, we have been training extremely hard. I knew I had been, proper training have been going through. So I was extremely enthusiastic about participating in the event. The only new part was that I had to raise funds for this. So I took a pledge that I would raise around 25,000 as part of this fundraising activity. First thing was I called up. One is a portal where you make this pledge and you create a page. You need to share that page with your friends. So so India Cash team helped me out with this page, which had details about the NGO and why am I raising the funds. So I always liked the concept of funds for the education of girl children, because I've seen the poverty in the country. I always felt that the girl children are the underprivileged. They need to be educated. So that should be the focus. So always through all my past years, I have always been raising funds for the cause. So I contacted friends, my college friends, my running community, the friends in my neighborhood, and few of my family members. Uh, so started off with few of my college friends, uh, and actually, to my surprise, I found that a lot of them were actually encouraging me, saying that it's a very good initiative that I'm doing. So it was a very, it was a moral booster, that people are actually complimenting me for this activity. I actually made friends, as part of contacting my old friends. Few of them I were contacting after almost around 15, 20 years. So it actually made me build up a relationship with my friends. Uh, so, so contacted them. Few of them would donate around 2,000, 5,000, 10,000, in this format, whatever was possible, they would contribute. And the first year, actually, where I had pledged to raise 25, actually almost touched 1 lakh rupees. I raised. So it was a mega success for me. And another advantage was that Procam also gives what you call you know benefit to the runners. So what they do is they give you some privileges, like they give you access to a much better start. So that was also a good motivator for me, because I get a privileged start uh, for my run, and that was really a very good motivator for me to do this. So first year was a good success, and so that was in the year 2012. So 2013, 14, 15, I've been racing across all the years. So I have approximately around 50 so yeah, first year I raced a lakh. Next year, I think somewhere around close to 2 lakhs, I think I raised. And then gradually I've been racing it till around around 3.5 lakhs is what, just below 4 lakhs is what I've raised the highest. And once I was in my category, I was the highest fundraiser also in the individual category. Um, uh, so yeah, so a lot of these factors have been motivating me to to raise funds for the cause. Uh, Also, what I noticed is that almost 50% of my donors have been supporting me year on year. So I know that I would for sure get 50% of my whatever I pledge for from my existing donors. And then there are a lot of new donors who would contribute on whatever best is possible for them. So, so yeah, how has that experience been? So on one side, it has been really a moral booster, because many of my friends actually compliment you for taking your time out and doing this good cause. uh, uh, what could be a possible challenge? The challenge is more in our own mindset. It's a bit of a mental challenge, that why should I go and ask my friends for money? Yeah, it is not, it doesn't work with my ego, that I need to sort of like beg my friends, please contribute 2,000 or 5,000. I mean, I don't think you literally have to beg. You are doing a good work. Yeah. So you yourself know that you're doing uh, noble. You're doing this for a noble cause, and you can request your friends, families, everyone, uh, to support the cause that you're raising funds for. So the biggest challenge is more in the mindset, that you should be willing to contact your friends and relatives. Uh, Otherwise, I don't see anything as a challenge in this drive. Um, you need to move out of your comfort zone. I know some of my friends are absolutely, I mean, they just, flush this message to the entire social media, to all the friends, they actually contact every one of them and raise. So some of them very comfortably raised 3 lakhs, while I also know few of my friends, who just in a similar method have raised funds up to over 10 lakh rupees. they have raised. So just by contacting their the network through the social media. So yeah, I mean, I would propose that make yourself comfortable. So if it is a new fundraiser who is raising funds for the first time, keep a short target, a smaller target. 10,000 or 10,000 should also be good, because we need to be clear. NGOs really need funds. The country, as we know, the country is struggling. Our NGOs, or civil service organizations, CSOs, now whom we call it as, so they have, they want to support a lot of people. So they really look out for funds. So select based on the cost that you would like to raise funds for. So is it for the education, or is it for the nature, or is it for an event? It could be just for the poor people. So identify a cause, accordingly identify which is the NGO who is working towards the cause, and take a pledge that you would raise. 10-20,000 should not be really difficult. Contact your friends, contact your social circle, let them know that you are running the event with this particular cause, and yeah, request them to support you to whatever best is possible. I think almost everyone whom I know who have attempted to raise funds and willing to spare some time towards this, because it really needs some of your time, because you need to call them up, you need to talk to them, you need to explain them. It's not convincing or selling it something. You need to explain them that this is what you're doing for this particular purpose. Usually, everyone is happy to support this cause. So yeah, that has been my experience, which I just thought I would share with all of you. Thank you. I also want to take the opportunity to thank TCS World 10K for giving us this wonderful platform, India Cares for driving the entire charity event. So it's really a very noble cause, and I know the entire team is putting in a huge effort towards raising funds, and not only that, also educating people, because raising funds is not something a lot of people know about. So they really need to educate the fundraisers, also educate the CSOs on the concept, on how they could raise this and do this successfully. So a wonderful platform by both of them. Also thanking Procam for organizing this wonderful event at such a massive scale. So the largest event in the country, in fact, the largest 10K, I would assume almost in the entire world, this event is. And also want to thank Playscape Active Hub for organizing this virtual event and sharing such knowledge base with the entire community. Thank you all. Have a wonderful day.